What up all, how you all doing today? I am just Rob Tech, and this is the Audio Technica AT2040. Oh yes, I've been looking forward to this. On to the unboxing. I told you I get this microphone. It's currently on sale at the moment for I managed to pick it up yesterday for £75. 47. I think it's gone back up to like £80, but even so, still a decent deal going on this at the moment. So what you get in the box is you get an Audio Technica vinyl case. I think it's similar to the one you got with the AT2020, if I remember correctly. Anything in here? Looks like a 5/8 to 3-inch adapter, maybe. And literally, I almost dropped the microphone then. You get the microphone. Kind of feels the same sort of weight as the PreSonus. So, gonna be a decent sized, chunky boy. I'm guessing, yeah, that's the 5" to 3" adapter to make it compatible with most boom arms. So we'll get this set up and see how it sounds. So starting with the technical specifications, it is a dynamic microphone, a hypercardioid dynamic microphone. It has a sensitivity of -53 dB, an impedance of 600 ohms, and a weight of 615 grams. Yeah, so that is about the same sort of width of the weight as the PreSonus. Here's how the microphone sounds out of the box using the same settings I always have on OBS. As far as pop filters, there's none in the windshields. There's none in the box, but I have noticed that my good old DB30 windshield fits this like a glove. So that DB windsock fits everything, unless you're really tiny. But here's how the microphone's sounding straight out of the box. How do you think it sounds? We'll do a quick plosive test. So Paul picked up Peter from the post office. They popped to the pub. They bought some pints and then popped home and made some pancakes. Paul picked up Peter from the post office. They popped to the pub. They had some pints. They then popped home and made some pancakes. And they never sent me an invite. And here's how the microphone sounds straight out of the box with no filters at all. This is what you would get if you literally just plugged it straight into your audio interface and didn't do any sort of compressor, noise suppression, EQ or anything. Here's how the microphone sounds straight out the box. Of course, we'll do some tests now to see what the microphone picks up. So I'll quickly turn off the media source that I've got playing in the background. So we'll tap on the microphone a bit. And we'll also tap on the boom arm. And this is what the microphone would sound like if I got straight on it like this. Just put my mouth around it if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that because that's weird. And yeah, that's how the microphone sounds. Here's what it'll pick up using its cardioid polar pattern. And will it pick up any noise at the back of the microphone? I can see you. Next, we'll do some tests comparing it to the other microphones I have, starting off with the new addition to the family, the Donner P08. This is the Donner P08, another dynamic microphone cardioid. I've got the low switch disengaged set to flat. Here is how it sounds in comparison to the AT2040. I do like this microphone, I ain't gonna lie. And back onto the Audio Technica AT2040 in comparison to the Donner P08. Onto the next one, the good old DB30 by Sub-Zero, which I do believe is a rebrand of another microphone. I've seen a few on the American market that look exactly the same, just different branding. But we're going to be reviewing it as the Sub-Zero DB30. This is the Sub-Zero DB30, another broadcast style microphone. Also a hypercardioid polar pattern, so we'll see how that compares to the 2040, but this is a Sub-Zero DB30 broadcast microphone. And we're back on the AT2040. We're now going to compare it to my good old favourite, the PreSonus PD70, one of its main sort of competitors, and my daily driver. So this is how the AT2040 sounds in comparison to the PD70. So this is the PreSonus PD70. We're comparing it to the Audio-Technica AT2040. This is probably my favourite microphone, my daily driver. How do you find it sounds in comparison to the Audio-Technica AT2040? Let me know. Is it going to be my new favourite microphone? Is this one going to reign supreme? Am I going to use both at the same time? Because how cool would that be? Like, it'd be like on a press conference. Anyway, on to the next one. And now we're going to compare this microphone against my handhelds, starting off with the Behringer XM8500. Because why not? And this is the Behringer XM8500 Ultra Voice microphone, because why not? It has to be in this lineup. I'll never get rid of this microphone. I love it. It's great, even if it is a cheap rip-off microphone. I like it a lot, and I'm sure you do too, because everybody needs one of these. And then back on the Audio-Technica AT2040, and here's how it sounds in comparison to the next microphone, the SE Electronics V7 Dynamic microphone. So we're on to the SE Electronics V7 Dynamic microphone. Here's how it sounds in comparison to the Audio-Technica AT2040. This is one of my favourite microphones. I mention it in every video, but why not? Because everybody should have one of these. Just like the Behringer, just like all the... No, need to calm down. I like this microphone that much. And then we're back on the AT2040, and to wrap this back up, we're just going to swap over to the last and final microphone in the testing, the Rode M2. You know it's going to happen one day. I'm going to put this microphone in, I'm going to turn on phantom power, and I'm going to forget to adjust the gain dial, and I'm going to leave it at 3 o'clock or 75%, and then I'm going to blow my ears off. You know it's going to happen one day. But today is not that day. Today, we did it. And now we're going to switch back over, and my final thoughts on this microphone. So the Audio-Technica AT2040. Now, I've wanted this microphone for a while. I've always liked Audio-Technica products. My first major microphone after first sort of starting making videos and streaming was the Audio-Technica AT2020. I've got that somewhere. I keep meaning to fish it out for these comparison videos, but I can't find it at the moment. So as soon as I saw that they'd brought out a affordable dynamic microphone, I had to have it. So when I first saw this, it came into that sort of £100 area. Over time, it just gradually dropped down in price. Like I mentioned yesterday, I managed to purchase this off of Amazon for £75.47 or something like that. And then today I saw it's going now back to about 80. But even still, that's still undercutting underneath the PD70 by PreSonus, the pod mics of this world, as well as microphones like the DB30. But I think from its own merit, I like the sound of the microphone. It's kind of in the middle between the PreSonus and the DB30 for me. Probably a bit more EQ that I need to do over time with this microphone, but I think straight out the box, I like how the microphone sounds. I like the design of it. It looks very, very professional. Kind of reminds me of the BP40, which I'm sure it's taking a lot of inspiration from. But obviously it's a lot cheaper than the BP40. I think the BP40 was like a £300 to £400 microphone. So this coming in sub 100, I think is a very, very good alternative to people who want to use it for streaming, content creation, podcasts, all that sort of jazz. As far as negatives, I kind of thought it kind of should come a little bit more in the box. I mean, literally all you got was the microphone and the case, as well as the 5/8 to 3-inch adapter. Whereas other microphones, like we saw the Donna earlier, that's coming with pretty much a full kit other than the boom arm. But luckily, stuff like the DB30's windsock will fit on this no problem. I mean, plosive rejection wasn't too bad, to be honest, compared to the DB30 and the P08, for instance. I thought it did a really good job of handling plosives, and to be honest, I kind of thought it did quite well with the proximity effect, and obviously picking up background noises, or like if I've knocked the microphone boom arm. I thought I did a really good job of handling that, and I think this does have like an internal shot mount built into it, as well as obviously to handle background noises. It's not as heavy as the PreSonus PD70, so I think it will fit most boom arms compared to that, whereas I think that's more catered to a boom arm that obviously can support like, you know, 1 to 2 pounds, whereas this is pretty decent weight. It's sort of in the middle between the DB30 and the PD70. It's still a heavy-ish mic, but not as heavy as the PD70. But other than that, I think this microphone sounds great. I'm glad I finally added it to my collection, because this has been on my radar for a long time. So I always mention this one and the Rode pod mic, for instance. So you can probably tell which one I want next to add to my collection of the never-ending collection of the sub £100 microphones. It's, like I said, it's my favorite market in the microphone department. So this is the Audio Technica AT2040. I am Just Rob Tech, and this is another review. Thank you very much for watching. Leave your final thoughts in the comments, and if you like the video, subscribe. If you want to see more, you know, join the fun. Let me know some microphones you want to see me try, and I'll try and get them. But until then, so long, suckers.